shots, just aim better.
Now, here's where I think our rubric helps this. We say we like creative kits and we like things to be teams that try.
Yeah, look cool and
When they miss, it's bad. And it's
yeah,
harder to miss when you do more of a template, a safe look, as we see here on our next team in Detroit City FC's Emerald Green Kit, is what I've dubbed. And look, we know this. It's Adidas. You're going to get what you're going to get from them. And they did what they all do, which is change their crest. And it's some sort of basic template. Because this looks like an Ajax kit, like an Ajax kit of old. Just change colors to
there's
have their gold with their green.
there's just absolutely nothing special about this kit.
Correct. And as y'all will see, though, is that this actually did better from both of us than the
Well,
last one.
actually, a lot better from you. Only a little better from me, and that's because of two sections.
Correct. And and what I think happens here when teams, and I'm going to emphasize it this way, when it comes down to teams who play it safe, I think you tend to get an aesthetically
Yeah,
pleasing kit and well executed kit because you're not trying something unique personally, but it's hard to mess up. Whereas when you try something and you fail, you miss a spot on both of those big spots for me, where
yeah,
it didn't quite turn out the way you wanted it to, and it also doesn't look good. So then that hurts the overall execution of what you were trying to accomplish.
yeah. It changes a lot.
Correct. Because that's why this kit, and I'll just hop right into it and share it here. That's why this kit is better, and that's why it's higher for me. So when it comes to design aesthetics, so if y'all remember, I was in Detroit about a month or two ago with my brother. I was in the area and I went to their shop. I actually wanted to buy this kit because overall I like this aesthetic from Detroit City. I'm not going to get me one of their maroon kits. It's just not going to happen. At least because for the most part they are what they are. Their away kits I tend to like a little bit more because they're a little bit more colorful. And I've also learned for teams across the U.S., particularly the championship, given my love of the Indy 11, I tend to go for away kits or their alternative kits, like
Yeah,
third kits, because it's not their colors and I can just wear it and people won't come at me.
it's
So,
not so automatically obvious that it's like a Detroit kit, like
right,
a rival kit. Like you're not going to
correct,
go around. I know you're not going to rock an away kit either, but you're not going to go rocking a purple Louisville City shirt. Like
correct,
if you're getting a Louisville City shirt, it's going to be like
correct,
the blue one that you
right.
can't necessarily
or
tell. It's
or or like the black one that they got, right? Because you had to look up close and see the logo. Otherwise, you're like, oh, okay, it's fine, right?
yeah,
So I wanted this one, but instead I didn't. I got another one instead. I'm happy with. But so when it comes to design, I said it's a solid 4. White with gold. I told Fox this. Gold just always looks good, particularly with a dark color like green. I grew up in this high school where our colors were green and gold, or green and yellow, depending on what sport you are, because we can never decide on what shade of gold, or even if we're using gold or if we're using yellow.
or what brand
Yes.
that team is wearing. Because if you're like
Yeah,
my school, we
it's
every
true.
team is wearing whole different brands and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
that's fair. Actually, I didn't think about that. We did. So yeah, it was chaos. It's chaos. So I've always liked the green and gold look. It's what my high school football team wore, and it's what I wore when I wrestled. So I always like that aesthetic better. Anyway, so it's a 4 for me. It looks good. I don't quite. I This is one of the things that I don't always like with like this Ajax center stripe is what I'm calling this. It kind of cuts the crest and the Adidas logo in half. That's just a weird quirk of the design. So it just is what it is. But as I said, this is a design that's like an Ajax template from Adidas. So it's just a one for authenticity and tradition. No. But visual details and execution, though, I did like the different crest, the simplified crest for Detroit City. I do like the gold. I think the detailing along it makes the gold accent stand out because of the green and because it overshadows, like, I think over half of it, probably close to 3/4 of each logo. They do stand out and they don't blend into the background because white and gold aren't too different in terms of standing out from each other, so they can kind of blend in together. So I like that little touch, a little outline of white to really separate them a little bit, particularly on the green. But when it comes to innovation and impact, as I said, this is an Ajax template, but it did do well for a lot of people in Detroit City. So I did a 2 there for me, and overall with a 2.75 for me.
Yeah, I mean, word wise, I feel like we're kind of the same, but I have a couple different reasons. First of all, like you said, design and aesthetics, it looks great. You know, it's a nice looking kit. You're not going to complain about the way this visually looks.
Right.
So it's a 4. Authenticity and tradition, no, it's a 1. Like, there's absolutely nothing special about this.
No.
That makes me scream Detroit, except for you could argue some sort of Pistons, 90s Pistons argument.
Or
but
you could even talk East Lansing for Michigan State.
Yeah.
Green and white. But that's a stretch.
Yeah, kind of forcing it. But they did such a good job with the goalie kits for the Pistons and for the Lions, giving nods to those teams that you can't even say that you did that again for this team. Visual details and execution, I gave a 4, and honestly, I kind of want to give it a 3, but I'm gonna keep it. But it's just because like everything is visually fine. Like execution wise, I think really say that like they executed it fine. You know, it's a nice looking kit, so there's nothing for me to complain about. But innovation and impact, I actually just gave it a straight 0 because there's no innovation. There's not going to be an impact. Like Detroit fans are going to pick it up, but I mean, other than silly people like you, I don't see anybody, any special kit collectors or anything, wanting this kit. Correct. So yeah. So with that, it got a strong 2.25 from me.
By the way, and it's a 2.5 overall with Fox's store and mine combined. So it's 2.5 overall from us. Do you know what I just noticed?
What did you just notice?
Do you see that W in the back? Do you know
what
it stands for?
I figured it was a sponsor.
It is. Do you know what that sponsor is?
Werther's Original.
Wayne State University, a public university there in Detroit, Michigan.
Oh, there you go.
Do you want to know what their colors are?
Yes.
Green and gold.
So it's a Wayne State jersey.
Correct. It's a nod to a Detroit public university there that is a big part of their community. So it doesn't change my score, but just wanted to point that out as I looked up Wayne State because that is their local university there. So
I mean, again, it's a nice nod that they did for them.
They did. It is.
But I mean, it's the same thing I complain about with Louisville all the time. Like they made a really boring jersey with a template and marketed it well.
Yes.
Changed some colors.
They marketed it.
Yeah, they didn't even market this. Like that's kind of just little stuff hiding around for you to find.
I don't see anything else. Yeah, there's no really description. So yeah, that's what this kit is. But hey, when it's a kit value though, being as we said it here, it's $90 for this jersey, for this Adidas template, and our score of a 2.5. This comes out to be a 2778 kit value store. Again, don't be like me if you're just looking to buy a kit. Make sure you get some of their other kits. Again, I highly recommend, as we see down here below, either their Detroit Lions kit or the Detroit Pistons goalkeeper kit. Both of them, I think, look good, unless you want to go with the traditional Le Rouge with their Crimson kits. So,
Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna fight you on your argument about how you don't like buying their home. I'm okay with your reasonings, but I feel
yes.
like I'm almost more inclined to want to buy a home kit, even if they are semi-rivals, because I would consider Detroit a kind of a rival to Louisville.
They are
Just
to Indianapolis, at least to me, because we are,
yeah,
as I dub it, a Motor City Cup with Indy 500
right.
and then Detroit, obviously, making the cars. So,
But they just always played well, and they play with so much passion every time both teams play. So like I feel like if it wasn't originally a rival, like it's one of those rivalries that build, and it's not just happened to be in the same state or down the
yeah.
highway, like some rivalries happen to be. Uh,
Hey,
yeah, which I'm okay with our rivalry. I like it, but like, yeah, I think if you're just gonna get a team kit to get a team kit, I would go with the home personally, unless they came out with something really cool. But it's always nice to have those that team's colors. Like that's who Detroit is. They're the Rouge. They're that
yeah,
sick maroon, which I'm rocking a maroon right now. Not Le Rouge, but a nice maroon.
yeah. Well, we all got our thoughts. I ain't ever wearing purple. If that's your attempt to get me to wear purple, so it ain't gonna happen. So,
It's okay. You're gonna be rocking some city red in a couple weeks.
I will be, yes. So, but that has been the Detroit City FC Emerald Green Kit for 2025.